Welcome to Gillette Stadium, scene of what's going to be Saturday's Super Bowl championships. 6 games here. We're at Media Day, Bruce. Certainly a great event for the kids here.
A lot of fun, a lot of speeches. The kids get a tour of the field. And it's nice for us. We get a chance to get out of the studio for a change.
Well, I tell you, given as cold as it is right now, I think I'd rather be back in the studio in Boston. But let's jump right into it. Division 6 rematch of last year, Cohasset-Littleton. It might behoove Cohasset to realize that the game starts at 9. Last year they fell behind 22-0 and never caught up, losing 52-35.
I got a feeling the Skippers are going to be a little bit more ready to come out of the gates. They're going to have to be, Danny, because the Littleton team is a lot like they were last year. They're putting up a lot of points. Connor Bassett and Elijah Pyram, the quarterback, running back tandem, do a lot of work. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Cohasset's middle linebacker, Matt Froyo, who's MVP in the South Shore League. He's going to be a key guy in trying to stop this Littleton offense.
The Division 5 Super Bowl features a matchup with 2 coaches, which I think is safe to say the most combined wins in state Super Bowl history. Jim Kelleher at Abington, Ken LaChapelle at Northbridge. Abington showed they avenged their only loss during the season to East Bridgewater, beating him in the sectional final, and then ended Bishop Fenwick's long winning streak in the state semifinal to get here. They've got a ton of running backs. What does Northbridge have to do to beat them?
Northbridge has got a pretty high-powered offense, Danny. We started with this team last year when they made the Super Bowl. Not much different this year, except that they're a year better, a year more experienced. Obviously, Kobe Scofer is the key to the whole thing. He's a 1,300-yard rusher and a 2,300-yard passer. He's got like 30, 40 touchdowns between the two combined. He's just a tremendous player. Jake Wood adds a little bit of support in the run game. He's got a great receiver in Chandler Brooks to throw to. So I think we're going to see a lot of points in this game.
Division 4 Super Bowl, Holliston-Wacona. Holliston went through the regular season undefeated, certainly carried through to the playoffs, lost on Thanksgiving to Westwood. One of the reasons they sat a lot of the starters, and the big concern is, will Nick Athey be able to play on Super Bowl Saturday? Hurt his ankle against Linfield, did not play there, and the word is that he's going to give it a shot, which I think they absolutely have to win this game.
Danny, if he can't go, Jack Barrett actually is a regular of what they do offensively. He comes in and takes the snaps when Holliston goes to their double wing war set and they shift Athey over to wing back. So it's not like he'll be a deer in the headlights here, but I think you're going to see Holliston lean maybe a little bit heavier on Zach Elkinson and Joe Bellomo running the ball, and Matt McIsaac as well. And I think where Athey being injured may hurt the most is on defense, because he's one of their leaders in the secondary along with Elkinson. And Wacona's got a great quarterback in Nick Clayton and a terrific wide receiver in Ryan Washburn, so they're able to put up a lot of points, and on the ground they like to go with their running back Quinn Caesar. So it could be another game where we see a lot of points.
Division 3 is not the matchup a lot of people expected. Everyone thought it would be Walpole-Tewksbury, but Dartmouth and Melrose didn't read the script. Dartmouth had a great run in the postseason. I know I've said great runs, but they've certainly done it. They knocked off Somerset and then defeated a Walpole team that everyone was penciling in for the Division 3 title. Chris Martin has been a terrific running back, a 1,000-yard rusher, and Rich White told me that Jack McCabe is as good as any player in the south part of the state there. And they'll go against a Melrose team that's tough enough in its own right.
Danny, I think Melrose out Tewksbury in the playoff game. Defense was tremendous. You got to look at Brian McLaughlin. You got to look at Zach Mercer. Those are the 2 leaders on defense for Melrose. They had a tremendous game. Melrose was able to hit a pair of big plays on offense. Running back Jack Hickey with a 54-yard touchdown, and then of course Jake Corrales, who's kind of been the biggest story for Melrose all season in his emergence as a first-year starter at quarterback. He hit William Caffey for a highlight reel catch that we showed you last week on the Insider as well. So that's going to be the big key in that game. Which team is going to be able to hit for 1 or 2 big plays to get an edge?
Division 2 Super Bowl, Marshfield against Longmeadow. Marshfield has gone from the outhouse to the penthouse in 2 quick seasons. Winless 2 years ago, and here they are on the cusp of a Division 2 Super Bowl title.
Yep, Danny, they're going to play a team in Longmeadow. Lou Silva told me earlier this week when I talked to him on the phone, he's excited. Like, he loves the wing tee offense, and that's what Longmeadow brings. They've got 5 guys who've had over 100 yards in the game this year. On the other side, big key for them is going to be trying to figure out how to stop Marshfield tight end Danny Dalton, who's a major matchup problem for teams all season long.
The big game of them all is the 1:30 game. Number 1, Xaverian. Number 2, Everett. Teams met early in the season with Xaverian winning 21-14. John DiBiaso thinks that his team is much better than they were at that point of the season. They've been off for 3 weeks, he says, which has been a blessing in disguise. He's got some of his walking wounded healthy. How do they beat Xaverian this time?
Well, Danny, I'll tell you, I mean, for that first game of the season, I was there, and I didn't think that they played particularly great, but at the end, they were in the game. We started seeing Jordan McAfee coming into age, even back then with a big drive in the second half. Obviously, the biggest key here is how they're going to be able to get Lucas Dennis open. That was one thing that Xaverian did very well in the first matchup. They took Lucas Dennis away, and they kept him from making plays. Xaverian's tremendous defense with Joe Gaziano and Kenny Kern and Damian Wood and the whole crew. They've got their hands cut out again trying to stop Lucas Dennis.
That'll do it for us here. Don't forget to join us Saturday. We'll have the all-day chat here. Saturday's paper, I'm going to give you the picks, who's going to win. So for Bruce Lerch, Danny Ventura, we'll see you at Super Bowl Saturday.